Hello and welcome to Pueblo Programming. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at Python, a programming language. First off, let's ask the question, what is Python? We have to realize that Python is an object-oriented programming language. It includes objects, which are data structures that contain information, and some examples of objects are classes, lists, variables, and functions. Next, we'll look at the level of Python. So up here we have object-oriented and visual language as the first block right below the user interface, which would be up here. We'll see that object-oriented and visual language includes Python, which is an object-oriented language. And because of that, it doesn't have as much access as languages like C, which is down here, and other high-level languages. But what it can still do is that it can take the user interface and then compile that language, whatever input you put into Python, into assembly language, compiled into machine language that can talk to the hardware and perform the function or tasks that you wanted the computer to do in Python. Applications of Python. It's the most used test scripting language, meaning that a lot of programmers or designers will actually use Python to develop a set of programs or code and then translate that into a different language, because Python is just very easy to write, to script, and to test and look for any bugs in the language. It's also very popular for data analysis, especially if you look into the biological sciences or any science where it requires huge amounts of data and data analysis. Python is one of the growing languages in that field. It's also used in scientific research, once again, primarily in biological research. And it's also used in some video games, for example, Battlefield 2, which, if you're familiar with, requires quite a bit of visual adaptations and a lot of programming behind that. So Python is very useful when it comes to a lot of different things and a host of different applications out there. And last, we're going to be looking at how to access Python. First, if you're using a Mac like I am, then you would pretty much just go to the terminal and hit in Python. So type in Python like I am doing right now, hit enter, and you'll be brought into the Python with a prompt command line right here. Now if you're using Linux, it's going to be the same as Mac. You might have to download Python in the first place because it might not be pre-installed, but if you go onto the Python webpage, you can download it onto your Linux machine and then run it with the same command. On a PC, it's a bit different. You're going to have to be going to our website, puebloprogramming.wix.com/pbpg up here. And then you'll go to our website. If you look at resources, go to general. And down here, you'll see that we have the slides for today's presentation, which you can also download, which is Python. But if you go under resources again and go to Python, you'll see that we have the IDE, which is Eclipse for Python right here for PCs. And we also have the one for Mac if you don't want to use a terminal. So that's a quick introduction to what Python is and how to get onto your computer. And stay tuned for other videos and tutorials on Python that are coming up next. Thank you.